Your dog did something today you completely ignored. You barely noticed it, but your pup gave you that full-on, unblinking stare. Stay with me. In just a moment you'll learn 7 hidden reasons why your dog locks eyes with you, and number 7 changes everything. I'll give you the first 2 right now. Then you can grab the complete deep dive guide over at decode.store when you're ready to unlock the rest. Oh, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the big reveal at the end. Here's the first secret. Number 1, your dog is gathering information. It sounds so simple, but it's the root of nearly every stare. Dogs evolved to read human faces faster than we do. When your dog plants those eyes on you, it's scanning your expression, your stance, even tiny twitches in your mouth. Animal behaviorists have found that dogs pick up subtle muscle movements, the raise of an eyebrow, the shift of a jaw, and they turn all that data into a prediction of what you'll do next. Here's the part that surprises people, they're doing this in less than a second. They watch you because they need to know if you're about to toss a ball, deliver dinner, or ask them to settle down. So how do you turn that stare into clear communication? First, keep your face neutral until you want them to take action. A relaxed mouth, soft eyes, those cues tell your dog you're calm. If you flash an excited grin, your dog will gear up for play or work. Want to reward a polite gaze? Feed them a tiny treat the moment they break eye contact. That builds the lesson, it's fine to look, and looking away is what makes the good stuff happen. If you're curious about more of these cause and effect strategies, there's a whole chapter waiting for you at decode.store on this exact topic. Here's number 2, your dog is reading your emotions. They're masters of mood detection. Ever noticed how your dog seems sad when you're down, or happy when you light up? Science suggests dogs actually mirror our emotional states via something called emotional contagion. They don't just sense your mood, they catch it. So that steady look is them asking, are you okay in there? Or, should I be excited, too? When you're stressed, your dog may stare because it's trying to figure out if it needs to offer comfort or keep its distance. Now, here's a quick tip to take charge of that stare, use deliberate, calm cues. Breathe slowly, soften your shoulders, and let your gaze drop toward their chest instead of locking eyes. That shift says, everything's under control. Your dog will relax in response. If you flip the script, throwing you a quick smile or a soft blink, they'll pick up on that, too. Animal experts agree that the slightest change in our facial tone can flip your dog's interpretation from alert to all clear. For a deeper look at how to manage these emotional exchanges, you'll find a step-by-step breakdown in the Emotional Mirror chapter over at decode.store. Now that you've got the first 2 reasons, information gathering and mood reading, get ready for number 3, where we'll uncover a completely unexpected motive behind your dog's gaze. Number 3, your dog is seeking permission. It's not just a big, soulful gaze. It's a silent query. Dogs know boundaries matter. They look at you and think, would you approve or disapprove of this choice? If they're about to hop on the sofa or sneak out the door, they'll pause and stare. They're calibrating their next move based on your reaction. If you say nothing, they learn silence equals go ahead. That's why sometimes they hold you in their gaze forever, they're still waiting for their green light. Here's what most people miss, a single, consistent cue, like okay, or a gentle nod, cuts the stare short. You've just given them a clear rule. Over time, they'll check in less because your permission becomes predictable. To practice this, turn it into a game, hold a treat at chest height and wait for that stare. Then nod or say your release word before letting them take it. That one rule makes your dog feel secure, and it builds trust in your daily life. Next up is number 4, and it's a reason few owners ever spot. Number 4, why does your dog stare at you during meals? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not just about begging. It's a primal permission check. In wolf packs, subordinates lift their gaze to the alpha before dipping into the kill. Your dog's staring to see if you're about to share or if they risk a scolding. Animal behaviorists have found that eye contact triggers oxytocin in both species, deepening that bond. So every time you hold back a scrap, you're reinforcing a social rule. Practical takeaway: teach a clear "stay" at the dinner table, then release with a nod or a word. Say "okay" once, and they'll learn your cue faster than you think. If you want the deep dive on resource cues and permission rituals, there's a full chapter waiting for you at decode.store. Number 5. Why does your dog stare at you when you pack a suitcase? Stay with me. It's not envy of your holiday. Dogs are masters of routine reading. They notice the same clothes coming out and the suitcase rolling. That stare is anxiety mixed with a request for reassurance. Science shows dogs match human cortisol spikes when we're stressed, so your tension becomes theirs. Emotionally, they want a heads up: am I staying or going? The fix is subtle: change where you pack, or pack in stages with calm praise. Over time, that suitcase loses its power to trigger a worried gaze, and your pup learns that you always come back. Number 6. Why does your dog stare at you when you're upset? This one tugs at your heart. Dogs aren't just attuned to your tone, they feel your emotions. Research into canine empathy suggests they read your facial microexpressions and body posture. That silent gaze. It's a question: are you okay? They want to soothe you. In labs, dogs exposed to crying people show increased affiliative behaviors: looking, licking, leaning in. Practical reassurance: let them close enough to nuzzle, but maintain a soft posture so you don't overwhelm. Gently stroke them back. You're teaching them when it's safe to provide comfort, and you're forging a deeper trust. Number 7. Why does your dog stare at you just before bedtime? Number 9 changes everything, so hang on. Your pup is tapping into their crepuscular roots. They're built to be most alert at dawn and dusk. That last look is a security sweep. They're checking you're still on guard, and they're making sure everyone's settled for the night. Emotionally, it's a final bond check before vulnerability. To turn that stare into a cue for calm, create a consistent wind down, dim the lights, offer a gentle chew on their bed, then a soft "good night." Soon, the gaze will shorten because they know the routine. If you'd like a step-by-step on crafting perfect evening rituals, you'll find detailed routines over at decode.store. Number 8. Why does your dog stare at you first thing in the morning? Here's where it gets even more intriguing. Morning stares are your dog's way of asking, "What's the plan today?" They scan your face for energy levels, playtime, walk, or chill-out mode. Evolution made them alert to leader signals so they can sync up with the pack schedule. If you're slow to rise, they'll sit and stare until you pick a rhythm. The real trick: establish a quick morning handshake, no fuss, just a cheerful "ready," then guide them out to the leash or their breakfast spot. That single gesture becomes your day starter. And if you follow that, you'll notice your dog checking in less and springing into action fast, confident in what comes next. Just wait until you discover what happens in number 9. Number 9. Why does your dog stare at you when you're on the phone? Here's the part that surprises people. It isn't jealousy. It's a survival instinct. In the wild, one member alerting on strange sounds keeps the whole pack safe. When you're chatting away, your voice changes pitch, volume, even rhythm. Your dog hears something unfamiliar and thinks, "Am I missing a threat?" Animal behaviorists say dogs are keyed to human vocal patterns. They lean into that stare, scanning your face for clues, is this safe, or do we need to move? Emotionally, it's their way of checking in, making sure leader and pack are okay. The practical takeaway: teach a simple cue like "all good," paired with a clicker or toy. Every time you grab the phone, give the cue, let them chase a ball or chew on a safe toy. Eventually, they'll hear your key turn, know the shorthand, and focus on play instead of worry. And don't blink, you'll want to scroll ahead, because number 11 is the one that changes everything. Number 10, why does your dog stare at you while you eat? Here's why it isn't just about food scraps. Wolves share meals by looking at each other to signal permission. Your dog learned that polite eye contact means, "May I have some?" Beyond begging, research suggests direct eyes with a relaxed face unlock oxytocin, the bonding hormone, so every meal becomes a moment of connection. Emotionally, they're asking, "Can we share this moment?" If you shrug them off or shoo them away, they'll stare harder, trying to figure out the rules. The simple fix: create a designated dinner zone for your pup. Place a mat or low bowl at a set distance. Before you plate up, tell them, "Place," toss a handful of kibble, then enjoy your meal. They'll learn that staring doesn't speed up dinner, but heading to their spot does. For a deep dive into mealtime etiquette and creating perfect routines, check out the detailed guides over at decode.store. Number 11, why does your dog stare at you right before you leave? It's not spite, it's strategy. In pack dynamics, knowing when a leader exits or returns is crucial. By locking eyes, they're gathering intel: how long will you be gone, and can they rely on their own coping plan? Studies on separation anxiety show that dogs who make sustained eye contact before departure actually moderate stress hormones more effectively. That stare is their way of seeking reassurance: we're still connected, right? If you scramble out the door distracted, you reinforce panic. Instead, build a calm exit ritual. When keys jingle, pause, glance down, say, "See you soon," in a neutral tone, then calmly head out without ceremony. No lengthy goodbyes, no emotional flurry. Over time, that stare will shrink because they've learned that departure equals a predictable return. Keep watching. By number 14, you'll discover the powerful hack that puts all of these stares into a comfortable parking spot. Number 12, why does your dog stare at you during training sessions? Almost everyone thinks it's impatience, but it's actually laser focus. In wolf packs, pups watch the alphas' every move to learn survival cues. Your dog's social gaze is their way of tuning into your subtle signals before they even come. Scientific observations reveal that dogs offered eye contact during teaching exercises learn commands almost twice as fast. Emotionally, that look is a request: "Tell me what to do next, I want your approval." If you're fumbling treats or giving mixed signals, they'll lock in harder, puzzled. The practical move: keep your treats in a small pouch at hip level. The moment they meet your eyes, click, give the reward, then pause. That rhythm trains them that looking at you equals clear instructions and yummy outcomes. Soon, they'll anticipate a precise cue instead of staring blankly. And if you want full training chapters, step-by-step drills, troubleshooting tips, the works, head over to decode.store for the next level playbook. Stay tuned, number 13 is coming up, and it's a game changer. Number 13, why does your dog lock eyes with you at dinner time? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not just begging or greed. It's ancestral foraging instinct mixed with social curiosity. Back in wolf packs, sharing a meal was a cooperative event. Pups watched the alphas every chew for clues about what was safe to eat. Today, your dog glances up at you to scan for any dropped morsels but also to tune into your emotional state around food. Research suggests that dogs' heart rates synchronize with yours when you share a mealtime space, they literally mirror your calm or excitement. Emotionally, that steady stare is a polite request, "Am I invited to the feast?" If you wave them off too harshly, they'll intensify the gaze, wondering what they did wrong. The practical move? Give your dog a simple job before you sit down. Scatter a handful of kibble on a snuffle mat or assign a chew bowl in their corner. When you finally break bread, their eyes won't be locked on you but on their own happy project. It's a win-win, you enjoy your dinner in peace, and they feel respected. Stay tuned, number 15 changes everything. Number 14, why does your dog stare at you when you yawn? Stay with me. You might think it's just confusion or that they're bored. In reality, it's a powerful social mirror. Scientists have found that dogs will yawn back more often to owners than to strangers, a clear sign of empathy. When you yawn, your dog isn't sleepy, they're checking in, gauging your stress level. A slow, deliberate yawn from you says, "All is calm." Their responsive gaze and mimicry helps them tune into your mood and feel safe. Emotionally, that exchanged yawn builds trust bonds, just like a mother calming her pup. The practical takeaway? Use intentional yawns to ground a dog that's too revved up. If your pup's pacing or bouncing off the walls, sit down, take a deep breath, and yawn, slow and soft. Watch them shift from jittery to serene. For a deeper dive into eye language, head over to theticbook.store, there's a full chapter unpacking mirroring and mood signals. You're about to unlock the final code, number 15 is the one that changes everything. You're about to unlock the final code, number 15 is the one that changes everything. Number 15, why does your dog stare at you when you're glued to your phone or lost in a TV show? Most people write it off as boredom or jealousy, but it's actually a deep social decoding maneuver. Dogs evolved to read every flicker of human expression. When you scroll or you're silent in front of the screen, they lose their visual cues, no lip movement, no facial shift, no vocal tone. That stillness is like static on the PAX radio, so they fix their gaze to catch any tiny signal. Research into canine cognition shows that dogs can discriminate human mouth shapes and even anticipate words from lip patterns. Emotionally, that stare is a request, "Tell me I matter. Include me in the conversation." If you keep ignoring them, they'll intensify the eye contact, trying harder to break through the social blackout. The practical move? Teach your dog a simple look-away cue. Every time they stare during your screen time, gently ask for a "sit" or "down." When they comply, reward with a soft scratch or a quick treat. You restore the flow of communication, no more staring contests, just shared focus. Beyond that, try scheduled tech breaks. Set a timer for 3 minutes of pure, all-hands-on pup attention between your scrolling sessions. Over a week, you'll see their staring drop off, replaced by a calm side-by-side chill. It's not about banning screens, it's about respecting your dog's need for continual social input. These 15 stares, from head tilts in the park to dinner-time eye locks and yawning mirror games, aren't random. They're part of your dog's secret language, a system of ancient signals and modern social hacks. Master these, and you'll transform those persistent gazes from puzzles into moments of connection. Next up in the final section, we'll bring it all together, how to craft a seamless dialogue with your dog that feels effortless and profound. Now you've seen every type of stare, those pleading puppy gazes at dinner time, the challenge-style lockups when you bring out the leash, the soft, "I'm anxious" looks before a thunderstorm, and even that mirror yawn hack they use to nudge you awake. It all comes down to one thing, communication. When your dog fixes you with those eyes, they're speaking a language older than words. Here's why it matters. First, you decode their need. Is it hunger? Play? Stress? By matching each stare to its context, you go from guessing to knowing. Second, you respond, gently, on their terms, so they never have to escalate that gaze to a frantic, paw-on-arm SOS. And third, you build trust. Dogs learn fast. When you answer their eyes with the right action, they relax. That's the real magic. What surprises most people is how subtle the difference can be. A stare that feels like guilt might be simple confusion. They want your help understanding a new game or toy. The fix? Pause, give them a word or two of direction. Watch them brighten instantly, that's relief, not guilt. Then reward that clarity with a scratch behind the ears. Animal behaviorists call it social reinforcement, but you can think of it as pure puppy joy. Stay with me, because when you wrap it all together, you're not just ending staring contests. You're forging a dialogue. It's a back-and-forth rhythm. They look, you act, they relax, you both move on. No more silent tension. Just a dance of understanding. To dive deeper into recognizing each subtle stare, there's a whole chapter waiting for you at decode.store. You'll find detailed examples. If your dog stares before you even reach for the leash, learn the 3 quick checks to calm anticipatory anxiety. If those dinner table eyes still haunt you, the guide shows you how to pair a wait cue at the start of every meal so that stare becomes a polite, I'm ready glance. But beyond these tactics, what I want you to take away is this: that rough tongue lapping your hand, those big liquid eyes, they're the oldest language between our two species. Before words ever existed, dogs learned to read us, and we learned to read them. It's that simple and that profound. So here's your action plan. Tomorrow morning, notice every time your dog locks eyes with you. Label the motive: hunger, excitement, concern. Then choose the right move: a cue, a break, or a scratch behind the ear. Watch the tension dissolve into a soft pant or a wag. You'll build a habit of clear responses, and your dog will thank you by drifting off beside you in perfect, peaceful calm. If you've ever wondered which stare your dog uses most, drop a comment below. Is it the feed me look or the let's play lock up? Let me know. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive into dog psychology, and share this video with one other dog owner who's been mystified by their pup's unblinking gaze. For a full breakdown of every look and how to answer it, plus bonus tips you won't see anywhere else, grab the ebook at decode.store. Here's to thousands of effortless conversations with your best friend. Then there's the nuance of timing. A glance held just as you reach for your keys isn't a demand for a walk, it's cautious curiosity. They're checking how you'll react this time. Pause for a half second, meet their gaze, then nod or raise an eyebrow. They'll take that as a nod from the pack leader. It's tiny, almost invisible, but it rewrites the rulebook on doorframe standoffs. Observe how their pupils shift when you speak certain words. That fraction of a second tells you they recognize the command but are waiting for your body language to match. Lean forward slightly or offer a hand on your chest, watch how their shoulders unclench. Suddenly, sit isn't just a learned trick, it's a shared moment of understanding. And don't forget vocal tone. Soften your voice when they look anxious, just as you'd calm a child. You'll see the ears drop into that gentle curve, the tail sweep the floor in relief. That combination of eye, ear and voice turns every stare into a stitch in the fabric of your friendship, stronger, more resilient, more alive.